Hi, I'm Matt with State of Flux, here with another Everyone's a Critic 52-week movie challenge. We are on we're running behind. We're on week 26, a film that features an illness. I was kind of struggling with this one. I chose the film The Fundamentals of Caring. Year released is 2016, aspect ratio 2351, runtime 1 hour 37 minutes. Genre is drama, comedy. Rated, it's like a Netflix film, so it got rated like a TVMA. Starring Paul Rudd, Craig Roberts, Selena Gomez, Jennifer Ale, and Megan Ferguson. Directed by Rob Burnett, produced by Netflix, written by Rob Burnett, based on the book by Jonathan Iveson. Music by Ryan Miller. Awards received, no wins, but 4 nominations, including a Humanitas for writer-director Rob Burnett, and the Edinburgh International Film Festival Audience Award nomination for writer-director as well. Why did I choose this particular film? I wanted to go with something light. It was a rough week, and I needed a movie that was going to be uplifting, not down-pulling. So I went with this one, which starred Paul Rudd. I figured what could go wrong. Had I seen this movie before? No. However, I saw the trailer for it back in 2016 when this first dropped on Netflix, and I was like, I should watch this! Never did. So, now I did. Would I recommend this film? Why or why not? Yeah, the movie is fine. It's about a young man who is afflicted with Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, and Paul Rudd had undergone a recent family tragedy that resulted in the uncoupling of him and his wife. And he was looking for guidance in his life and decided to offer his abilities as a caregiver to this young man. And where most of these stories would go, you'd see how Paul Rudd could lift this boy out, but sad illness makes boys sad. That's not really what this is. It is to some extent, and it follows some of those trajectories. However, the boy's disability is never treated as a disability, really. It's treated as just something that he is afflicted with and is trying to live life. However, the other people around him might be holding him back from his true potential because of said illness, and you never get really the sad boy aspect of it, and I appreciated that. That said, it's a little troubling seeing the like an actor portraying this when, like, I think in today's world, even 5 years onwards, they'd probably cast somebody who actually did have muscular dystrophy for this role rather than have somebody approximate it. However, the young man, who I think was 24 at the time, so the dude does give a really good performance. However, this whole film, all of it comes down to Paul Rudd and how charming he is. So, if you find yourself feeling ill or ill-tempered, physically, mentally, emotionally, there is a cure, and it is Paul Rudd. That's your maximum smiley face. He's really just the most charming. He can make anything work. Movies that shouldn't work because of him. He was, I was first introduced to him, I mean, I saw Clueless back when that was in theaters and whatnot, and I liked him in it, but I was first truly introduced to him through Friends, the TV show Friends, and he was just kind of a throwaway character. However, he was so likable as that Mike character that for years I just kind of associated him with that, and it's like a nothing character, it's kind of a nothing role, but he is able to elevate what little he has to make himself feel like one of the friends. Those last 2 seasons, even though I think he's only in a total of like 12 episodes between the 2 seasons, he feels like he's like a part of that show. This is a gift he has, and it's kind of unique. He also has like the ageless vampire thing going on, and gets more attractive as the years progress. But now I'm babbling about how amazing Paul Rudd is. But shouldn't we all? Again, he's our wellness meter. If you're like, do I need to be better? Could I have better in my life? I'm gonna put Paul Rudd in it. Which character were you most able to identify with, or or connect with, and in what way? I'm a pretty sarcastic person, and so I did relate heavily to the Paul Rudd character, who kind of Paul Rudds his way through the movie in his charming sarcasm. That's sometimes ill-tempered, but it works for the character, and I like the character dynamic he has with the kid he's taking care of. I also liked the mean-spirited nature of the kid. The kid is just like wicked sharp sense of humor in certain aspects, and I liked and related to that too. Yeah. Best line or most memorable quote, I guess it would be Mall. There's a run where kid doesn't know what to say to a pretty girl, and who tells him he has nice shoes, and all he says is Mall. And Paul Rudd is like, Mall? Really? All the things you could have said. Like, I got these shoes at the mall. No, you just went with Mall. And that repeated joke comes up multiple times. And as I say, it's a not really funny line, but Paul Rudd makes it hilarious. He's awesome. Paul Rudd, I should just do like a 52-week movie challenge of all of Paul Rudd's movies. Maybe that'll be next year. I like Paul Rudd. Okay. Were you surprised by the ending, and what would you have done differently? I was surprised by the ending a little bit. I did think it was going to go the direction a lot of these films go, where the terminally ill person passes by films, and I was kind of expecting that, and that kind of happens, but the rug is pulled out from under that moment in a way that works only and singularly in this film, and I appreciated the ending. What is the illness featured in the film? That would be the Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Is the illness one you were previously aware of or familiar with? And if so, how? Yeah, I was familiar with it. I think through the TV show Degrassi or I think this was the original Degrassi High. One of the characters has that. And then I've met people here and there in my life who have that, and yeah, there you go. As I say, I thought the kid playing the character did a really authentic version of it. I looked it up afterwards, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have this. But having watched Degrassi, where they cast not one, but two actresses over the course of the franchise who have muscular dystrophy, who are fully able to perform in their given roles for their shows, and also knowing some people who have it, it is a little bit of like, why didn't they just cast somebody who has this? But that's not to take away from the kid who's playing him. He's really good. After seeing this film, how do you think you will interact with someone who has this illness? I don't know if it would change any aspect of how I try to treat people as individuals, and not really treat people necessarily differently because they might have something that I don't. I might ask questions if I'm unfamiliar with it, or ask what they're comfortable doing, but I don't think this film reshaped any component of my experience with people who have this or will moving forward. I might ask them if they've seen this movie. Anything else I would like to add? No. What's your favorite Paul Rudd movie? That's my... What I'd like to add is I want to know what your favorite Paul Rudd movie is. Mine is... a good question. Probably The 40-Year-Old Virgin. But he's done so many good movies. Let's do a Paul Rudd movie day, guys. Alright, moving on to the Challenge 27, a film with a strong female lead. that'll be fun. I like those. I watched several of them. Yeah, cool. For a while there, I was just doing my year-to-date wrap-ups and stuff, because the year's halfway through. I was going backwards several years, and my favorite movie each year always was a strong female-driven film. Last year's favorite film, 2021 feature film, was Coda, with the excellent Ruby Rossi character who drove that film. The year before that was Promising Young Woman. The year before that was probably Avengers Endgame, but my favorite character of that story, and I think the one that is sort of the unsung hero of the film, is Black Widow. And you can go further back than that. 2018, and my favorite movie was about Mr. Rogers, so that doesn't count. But the year before that would have been The Last Jedi, who is driven by the character of Rey. The year before that was La La Land, who was driven by the Emma Stone character. And the year before that was Room. I could keep going. I like movies with strong female leads who carry the picture, and all of those characters that I just mentioned, from the Brie Larson character in Room to to Rey to Ruby Rossi, all show fundamentally different characters that have great leading potential. All female, and I quite dig that. But that's a conversation for next week, and I went down a rabbit hole that I just realized I did that I should have saved for next week, but that's a window into what we're going to work with in a couple days' time. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, drop in the comments down below your favorite Paul Rudd movie, because he's awesome. Was it this movie? So, also, I forgot to mention, Selena Gomez is pretty good in this movie. Was Paul Rudd's movie this one, or was it others? I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of Ant-Mans. Maybe I'll get a Halloween Curse of Michael Myers. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Peace.